Hey folks, welcome to the wonderful circuit that is Aragon in España. So let's crack on with it. Right then, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show the rules tab. Not very a brief description here, so make sure you give it a read and make sure you understand it. Off tracks are a little funny around here, but I thoroughly enjoyed practicing around here. Really good fun on this one. Really did enjoy it. It fits well with the F3. This is a big bus stop here with this massive long straight, so we're going to have a bit of slipstream, hopefully, bit of overtaking. I'm quite looking forward to this week. It does work well. Now, the info tab for you. Now, the setup is an interesting one because when I recorded this, there was no Aragon setup. So I had to use a different one. So I tried a few setup. I tried the Motorsport, which is Canadian tires. Tried that one. That was quite good, nice and grippy. Then I thought, because of this straight, I'll try the Imola setup. And that was a little bit faster. And that's the lap I'm actually going to show you. Now, since I've recorded this, they have brought out a setup for Aragon. So, in a nutshell, I did check every single bit of the setup. And there is two differences, and it is to the wings, which is annoying because it's probably the biggest thing in the F3. So on this setup, I've got 7 wings for the front and back. And on the Aragon setup, we have, I think it was 15 and 18. So I've got more front wing, but you guys will have more rear wing in the fixed setup. So bear that in mind. I don't think there'll be much. There'll be little bits of top speed here, but generally this is a track guide, so I'm trying to show you the lines and things like that. The lines should be quite similar because the setups are quite similar. So this is what I'm going to go with it. But disclaimer, there might be some differences in top speed and things like that. But that's what I'm thinking. So I'd rather be honest and open with you. Unfortunately, due to this week being Spa 24, I haven't had time to re-practice it, unfortunately. So yeah, rather be honest, let you guys know at least, then you can make an informed decision. Otherwise, track temp of 111 Fahrenheit, which is quite toasty to be honest, but we are in Spain, so that makes sense. And yeah, not going to lie, good circuit, but be careful of the off tracks. Looking for some good racing around here. I'm going to enjoy this week, to be honest. It will be a safety rating killer, which luckily it is after Spa 24 this race. So fingers crossed my safety will be 4.99, so I can lose that quite quickly, so that'll be fine. The lap I'm actually going to show you is lap 10, which is my second fastest lap here. So these are the Canadian tire one, and this is the Imola setup where I did here. So it came out, did a straight away of 53.1, and then I did 53.181. So that's the lap I'm going to show you. You see there, the higher downforce was definitely slow, at least 2 or 3 seconds. So I'm hoping these lap times will be quite representative of what's going on. Otherwise, Discord, OLAP, BLAP, Telemetry, and replay file will all be in there, and they'll also be on Garage 61, obviously with a different setup as mentioned. But yeah, they'll all be in there. So details, you can see lines and things. Garage 61 is a great little tool for online telemetry and comparing lap times between drivers. Not affiliated with them. It's just a very useful feature for track guides. So yeah, I do appreciate them doing that for us. Otherwise, I think that's everything. So let's crack on with the guide. Right then, Aragon in Spain, and this is a wonderful circuit to be as. I've mentioned it a few times, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. But we are hunting for turn 1, and we are using this marker right here for the 100-meter board. Just after it, just brake nice and smooth. Now, you probably want to brake a bit harder into the corner here, because you see here, look how long I stay off throttle. Need to be on throttle really at the apex to get maximum acceleration there, so bear that in mind. Do not run wide. There is an off track. This corner is absolutely flat out, which is wonderful. Just watch out for cars on pit exit. This corner is very nearly flat, so the end of the curbing on the left-hand side, you might have a slight lift. Check out the steering and the rear end, because it does get a little bit slidey through there, but that's a very fun corner. And it comes into a very fast left-hand kink, which you do need to get on the brakes at about this point at the end of the curb here. Brake in a straight line out to the outside of the corner, use a little bit of the entry curb there, and then turn the car in nice and easy. Be careful of that red sausage curb on the inside. It is very bumpy and will send you wide. Try and be smooth on power, be careful of the rear rotation there, and get on power as soon as possible. Don't worry about this apex. All I want to do is keep this straight here. Now, I do brake very early on this corner. You want to be nearer to that white line if possible. You see I dip off the brakes and then back on it, so that's not ideal. But I was running wide on this corner quite a lot. A little bit understeery through there, and as mentioned, do not run too far wide because you will get an off track. So that's why I was a little bit cautious in that corner, just to make sure this lap was all good. This corner here, you're braking at the 50-meter marker, or that line just there. Stand on the brakes. It's a blind apex as you get to it, so you need to trust the car will stick in there. Stay nice and stay nicely to the right-hand side to really open this really slow left-hander. This is actually leading onto a very long straight, so you need a good exit out of here because you are flat for a very, very long way. And technically, if the bus stop wasn't there, you'd be flat all the way down to the hairpin down the bottom. Loads of curb around that one. You should get around there no problem no matter what setup you use, and stay to the right hand side and be prepared. Over this crest the curb appears immediately, so be cautious. You want to be braking for it just there, so it does pop up quite quick, so be warned. Brake nice and easy again. Take it slower than you think, because I think, you know, running out all the way wide isn't too good. I'd rather take this corner absolutely flat out, so I go ultra wide on the left hand side and then cut back. You can cut the apex quite a little bit here, but obviously be careful with off tracks and make sure you're not running too far wide. Look out for these cones because you're using them as a brake marker, so they might disappear in the race, but you can use the road there as a marker as well. Take this corner, compromise. You want to stay mid to sort of right hand side of the circuit because you need to open this corner, and this corner is deceptively tight. So first gear around here, I found, watch out for that really weird pebble stone potato thing on that apex. Really, really weird, and get a good exit and be careful up running wide again for the off track. This straight is massive, and you'll see that even on this speed, it still takes a while to get down there. So imagine if we didn't have that chicane back there, it would be such a long run down here. Anyway, spot on your braking marker. You're looking for the 100-meter board just there, just as we pass it. Stand on the brakes. Be careful about locking tyres here. It is going to be easy on the first few laps with cold tyres, and get around there. Again, be careful of the potato curb, whatever it is there. I don't know what they're called, but they're horrible. Avoid it the best you can. Try and get a smooth exit out of there, but I do have to compromise this corner, which isn't ideal. Ideally, I like to cut that full throttle because then it will actually benefit us on the next, well, finishing this lap and the next lap. And this corner is absolutely flat just to keep your line nice and smooth and try and minimize the steering angle. And that is us done and dusted. And thoroughly enjoyable track in a Formula car. Really did enjoy it, but that is us across the line in a 153.181. As mentioned, I think I can get, if I get the right setup, I think I should be good in it. I'm hoping I can get into the 52s on race day, but I really want to spam this week because I really did enjoy this circuit. Fingers crossed everyone else does and we have some good clean racing. Otherwise, if this did help you out, don't forget to like and subscribe. Do that lovely YouTube stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.